Hello again, welcome back everyone. LiquorHound here with you. Thank you for joining me for another spirit review video. And today's going to be part 2 in what I think is going to be a 3 or 4 part series as we're following Jack Daniel's along with their quest to creating their final Tennessee Rye Whiskey product. What they're doing is they're doing these batch releases. Batch 1 was an unaged rye spirit. They couldn't call it whiskey yet because it's totally unaged, no wood time at all. Now just this past month, here in 2014 in July, they released this rested Tennessee Rye Whiskey in my area, and it is below that it says straight rye whiskey. So that tells us, when they use the word straight, that it's at least 2 years in the wood. Now you might ask, well, how is that possible if this just came out last year? Well, simply because they've had that distillate for a while longer. We know at least a year prior to this release. We don't know how long they've been aging it. But hopefully within the next year or two, they'll do another release and we get to see the progress, taste the progress, until they're finally satisfied with it, and then they're going to pick when to bottle the final product. But batch number 2 right here, I'm really looking forward to that one to review for you. But let's get to the unaged batch number 1 first, see how it noses. Wow, okay. Really nice, rich rye grain character. Very, very floral. Light fruitiness when it comes to raspberries, some cherries. A really nice yeast dough coming on, as well as a really ripe banana aspect there. Really, really nice. All those flavors are very poignant, and they're very, very noticeable and distinguishable. That's the word I was searching for. Alright, on to the rested. Okay, much more oak influence here. We're starting to get a lot of vanilla, starting to get a lot of caramel. Floral aspect is still there. Still giving it a nice spiciness as well. Think clove or a very, very light cinnamon. That doughy yeast that I was finding in this one is still here, but it's that vanilla and caramel that are right up front. They're the ones that are becoming the stars right now, along with that floral rye. And that banana is still in here. Wow, okay. So let's go ahead and get to the tasting. Alright, so first thing I'll tell you is viscosity-wise, it's about just a touch below a medium level. It's not thin, but it's not quite, where you would like it to be, or where typically a finished rye whiskey would be, but you probably shouldn't expect that, considering it's totally unaged. I will say at 80 proof it's very, very soft, lightly sweetened, really floral on the mouth. That doughy yeast is the second thing I noticed right away. Follow that by mid-palate swell as that spicy character is kind of building, giving you a touch of heat right there in the mid-palate. That doughiness, along with that banana, almost some nuttiness, almost like a banana nut bread. And they all kind of linger through the finish. Touch of alcohol in that finish, but overall very, very easy to drink white dog. I will say that if you were starting out into the white dogs and you were kind of worried about how strong they're going to be, this would definitely be one to go with, because it is very floral, very rich feeling on the flavors without it being overwhelming in the alcohol profile. Okay, so on to the batch 2, rested. Alright, so it's getting medium level viscosity on this one, so it's getting there. Again, vanilla driving right up front, caramel really becoming very noticeable. The banana aspect is still there. That yeast is still there with that dough, but it's actually Everybody's kind of falling behind the vanilla and caramel. It almost feels like with that banana in here, whereas I was getting like a banana nut bread here, this one's kind of feeling very, very similar, but with that amount of caramel and vanilla, it's almost making it feel like maybe a banana pudding with like those Nilla wafers in it. It's a little silly, but it's okay. Wow. Mid-palate swell, again, you get that little bit of clove, a little dusting of cinnamon. As you get into that oak profile that's coming on, it kind of feels more like toasted oak, to where it's almost like a roasted marshmallow, because it's not becoming so oak driven that it's feeling like an aged rye or an aged bourbon would, but it does feel like you're getting that influence. The tannins are there, they're adding a little touch of dryness on that finish, but overall it's actually aging very, very well. I think they're doing a great job here. I can't wait to see the final product. I hope you enjoyed this video, and everybody have a great evening, and cheers.